Hello, welcome back to Unscripted, the video series, apparently. Alright, so, I needed some hardware, so I ordered a set of hardware. I'm using metric, because I hate inch stuff, it's stupid. So, what I'm gonna do, let me do this here. So, I got, of course, the tripod is catching on everything. I'm going to put the bolts through there. I need to go about, again, Unscripted, the video series. So, this is going to sit right about there. So the 20 millimeter is going to be too long. So we'll go to, this is the 16, right? Yeah, the 16 should be good. I'm going to do I'm going to make a hole and tap it. I'm just going to do that instead of doing a through hole and then bolting one on. These are steel bolts and this is aluminum, but there's enough engagement. I think we're going to be all right. So, get this back over here. I got to figure out. So this is a 6 millimeter by 16, and oh, look at that. That fits perfect. So those are what I'm going to use. So this is 6 millimeters in diameter. You stay there. Tripod. Down. Let me turn. Alright. I'm sure that extra light does nothing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bolt in, and I'm going to take my calipers and go from the edge here to the edge of the bolt that's sticking through, and that's going to be my my target distance. Then what I'm going to do is this flat right here, I'm going to touch the back of the GoPro so I can see the screen because it goes to sleep after 60 seconds. So this flat here, that's going to be my datum. So I'm going to go from there this way, whatever my target distance, minus 3 millimeters, because I need to go to the center of the hole. And I'm going to do this one first, and then do the forward one. So I'm going to change out, I think that's a 6 mil end mill, right? No. Anyway, I'm going to change out the... Actually, no. I have a hole. What am I doing? I also bought a tap and drill set that I haven't even opened yet. Where's my knife? Unscripted, the video series. So... with this, since I'm doing a... Oh no, this is enough. It's a 5 mil. So I conveniently have... There's the back of the screen there. In this kit for M5, I have a drill bit and a tap. So I'll be able to do that through hole. Alright, so that's 2.5, that's 3, that's 3.5, that's 4. Alright, so these two are 5 right here. So yeah, all right, we'll get this going. All right, I've got it set up where I want, at least for the first hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill my hole, and then I'm going to tap it. And I'm going to, this mill has a self-tapping feature. However, I haven't actually done it yet. So before I screw up my part by doing it wrong, I'd like to practice on some scrap aluminum. So I will just be tapping this by hand when I go to actually tap it. So there's our little drippy drop. So let's get this going. So there we are, 7:20, 7:30. I'm going to do a peck here. And pecking is exactly what it sounds like. You don't... Oh. Huh, alright. So I just punched... Oh, because I'm not going through the whole solid part. Well... This might change things. I'm still gonna do... I'm gonna go all the way through. Yep. I don't know where the spanner wrench for this guy went, so right now it is hand tight. I think that might be an issue. I don't think I'm cutting. Okay, I'm cutting. Oh, I am damn close to that parallel down there, which actually I can take out because I don't need at this point. Okay, so that's all the way through. So we're going to turn that off. Clean off my parallel there. I'm going to set you to the side parallel. So now I'm going to raise up my spindle all the way. Change out to my tap there. Okay, so I'm going to bring this down. Alright, so bring that down to there. Start turning. Oh, dummy. Maybe put some fluid on there. And as I'm turning the spindle by hand, I'm also putting pressure on my throw. Yeah, I'm also putting pressure on my hand wheel, or hand wheel. I can't remember what it's fucking called. The manually move up and downy wheel to make sure that I'm not stripping this out as I'm going. And actually, yeah. Oh, my hand's in the way. Alright, so I'm looking down the other side here. And it appears I have a threaded hole. And let me look at the back of the screen here. Yeah, you can see the handle moving. Which is good. It's supposed to do that. Sweet. Okay. Let's get this up. No, I didn't clean. I did the first cuts a couple of days ago in the video I just put up today, because I edit with Clipchamp because I am cheap, and Clipchamp was not working for me at all for a couple of days. Like, it just shit the bed, and I don't know what was going on, but I pulled up Clipchamp today because I had all my raw video footage, and she just decided to work. So it was a very quick edit for that video, and now the first part is up. So when I'm done with these, I will make part 2 and put that up. And look at that, I have a threaded hole for my M5 screw. All right, going away. Sweet. Okay, now what I'm going to do for the next hole, I'm going to mount this guy, and I'm going to put the twist drill back in here, and I'm just going to eyeball the other hole. I was taking the measurements, and it didn't really add up. But this, doing it by eyeball, clearly working just fine. So, I'm going to turn this guy off, disengage the electrical interlock again, take this guy off, get the twist drill, get this guy back in. Electrical interlock off. Turn my machine on and bring her down. Yeah, looks about right. So that's what we're going to do. Again, this is just a light. If it was a laser or something, maybe I'd be like, oh, everything has to be exactly apparently. Yeah, whatever. It's a flashlight on a GAU 12-ish. So, all right, let's clear these chips off. All right, wait for her to get up to speed. Is that on there straight? Yeah, it is. Okay. 720, 730. Where are you? There you are. 730. You know, I should have kept the recording as I took it out. Anyway, I just took it out like 4 seconds ago. So what I was talking about, because if you look at the, if you look at the cross section, you got that hollow down the middle. So I thought I was in the meteor portion where it was going to be solid all the way through, but it's not. So yeah, look, there's my holes. So yeah, let me degrease this and get it all together. Okay, so what I do to clean off all the chips, I just use brake cleaner and spray the shit out of it. Number one, that degreases it, so all the chips and everything get off faster, and also it blows them off. And then I hit it with the rag. One thing I do want to talk about that I realized just when I was spraying all this off, I realized that I did all of that without wearing safety glasses. And that is stupid. That is so stupid. A chip will come up and take your eye out before you have time to react. Do not do what I just did. That was stupid. Always wear your eye protection when working around any sort of mechanical thing, powered machinery, anything that's got air pressure. Always, always, always wear your damn eye protection. All right. So, oh, the screen went black again. All right. So there's my first one, which you saw a minute ago. And get it started. And then my second one here. There's my Allen key. And I'm sure this doesn't look great on the video, but I'm doing my best, doing the best I can. See the back of the screen again. So look at that. Overall, I think pretty good. I will take a file and clean up that edge right there, even though it shouldn't really matter. Yeah, I'll clean up the edges with the file. So all I have to do is move this cut back here. But before I do that, I'm going to grab that Gal 5-ish and put this on here and see how my hand can hit the controls. Okay. Am I going to be in frame if I stand here? Look at that. That is fucking fetch. And with my... I kind of wish it was a little bit further back, because if I put my hand all the way on the mag well, I can't reach. So I have to go a little bit up. Or a little bit forward, I should say. But I like that a lot. I think that's going to work. I think that's going to work out. All right, so I'm going to take the mount off and cut my slot for my red dot. All right, so got my gooseneck. I didn't even measure the slot, the Picatinny slot for the red dot. This is my 6mm. 5mm. Where's my 6mm? Oh yeah. I'm a dummy. So this is my 5mm, 5mm end mill, and it fits in there fine. And also, this is the cross bolt. The 5mm is wider than the cross bolt, so I'm just going to use a 5mm. I'm not even going to measure it. What I'm going to do is put this on here and basically get it back as far as I can. Actually, maybe right in the middle. And I'm just going to cut the slot right there by eye. When I put this in the vise, I'm going to put this in the spindle, bring it down to this depth, to the full depth there, and that's going to be my 0. So then when I cut my slot here, I'm going to Y, back and forth until I get to 0 on the X. And that's how I'm going to do that. Okay, so what I did is I put the red dot about where I wanted it, and then the hole for the red dot that the cross bolt goes through, I just made a mark there. It's not super critical where it is. As far as X, the most critical is going to be the Z, which is marked right here. It's in that's my 0. So I moved, I X'd the whole thing over and then brought this down to the bottom of here, and that's my X, and that's going to be just fine. So I am going to start going. So I'm going to, actually what I'm going to do, I locked out the big spindle, and I'm going to bring this down. And so right about there. And I'm going to Y across. Oh, and I did put on my glasses. That's pretty. Alright. And come down to 2.5 millimeter. That first cut was, I think, 291. Alright, we'll go down to 2. I'm doing a 0.5 millimeter increments here. On or about. Alright, there's 1.5. And I'm being very conservative with these. I could probably go 1 millimeter, but I'm not in a big hurry. Down to... There's 0.95, that's good. That's fine. This is fine. Alright, we'll come down to We'll take a slightly bigger cut. We'll come down to like 0.3 millimeter so that my last cut is a little bit less material. Okay, so we're going to come down to 0.1 millimeter. So we'll do this final one in 2 cuts. Well, I could absolutely, with the Y, go one way, drop some height, drop some Z, and then so come this way, make the cut, drop some Z, go back this way, and you do a cut like that. But I'm trying to get it all on the camera here. So I'm at 0.09 millimeter. I'm at 0. Alright, let me see the back of the screen here. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. Okay, I zeroed my X so I can come back to it. So what I'm going to do now is get the headstock out of the way, move this all the way to the right, and I'm going to go grab the red dot and loosely put it on there and see if I have to do anything else. I think that should be fine. Yeah, that should be plenty of room. I doubt you could see that anymore. Let me move this over. Okay. Yep, it's gonna be just fine. Sweet. All right, let me get this thing out of here. I'll mount it all up on the Gal 5-ish and I'll take some video. All right. So there it is, everything mounted up. I'm really glad the scout mount is far enough off to the side. It's not interfering with the front sight. So you can see, so the scout mount does block the view out through the red dot. Let's see if I can get this behind the camera. Yeah, I doubt you can see down there. Anyway, the red dot's on, but you could see, yeah, it looks pretty good. And as I'm looking through it, the, as long as you, well, actually, you get more of a field of view with your left eye closed, because you're just looking down the sights. But if you have left eye open, you're bending. Oh, your bending doesn't like that. Your bending aiming concept doesn't like that at all. I can still reach up and hit it. Honestly, for something like this, I feel like I'm going to turn on and then go right back to here, as opposed to wanting to do a momentary thing. I'm just going to leave it on. Yeah, we'll give that a go. We're gonna go shoot. The wife and I she wants to go out and shoot on Friday. So I will give this a go and see how I like it. Yeah. So, good project. Complete. Now clean up. But for the video, that's it.